Good day everyone. So welcome to the session on how to get placed in IT service companies in a year 2020. So we have a long year to go to prepare and practice for the IT service companies so which are going to recruit in 2021 companies. In this video, so I'm going to point out a few information about how these IT service companies change their placement patterns and how they are going to recruit the people in the coming year. So with this, let us start our video. So the agenda of the today video is, so we'll be discussing on the basic problems faced by the students to get placed into these companies. Following that, so I'll be giving you an overview on what is the difference between an IT service company and a product company. So people will keep on hearing about these words. They want to get in placed in product companies, they want to get in placed in service companies, but most of them are not aware of what is actually a service company or what is actually a IT product company and what are the basic differences. So we'll discuss them, and following that, so I want to discuss on what are the recent updates made by most of the famous service-based companies in India like TCS, Infosys, and so on. So how they change their placement process and what are the updates? What are the different types of examinations they are conducting to recruit people? Following that, we'll be seeing what are the skills required to get placed in 2021 and how to prepare for that. So, what are the problems faced by the students to get placed? So, I listed a few of the important problems here. So, students are not prepared or made prepared. So, based on industry standards. So, even students are not aware of what actually industry is looking for, what are the standards industry should have. So people always miss this particular knowledge, what is industry standards. So next problem is the basic topics covered in the college syllabus or curriculum is not enough to stand out from the crowd. For example, we have n number of colleges in India, and different colleges from the different states follow syllabus from different universities, and they follow different type of cover topics and different way of teaching, different type of examples. So on average, if you see all the topics covered in this all the college syllabus and curriculum is not enough to complete or clear the placement entrances which is happening these days. And following with that, students lack their basic qualities, skills which required to get into placement process, which say the same of the previous ones. And students lack of the proper guidance and support. It can be, these are the most common problems so faced by students these days. So let us see the definition of an IT service company, or what is an IT service company. So basically these are the companies who does not develop any product for their own, but they always provide solutions or services to the companies outside who use these IT services. Let's say there are some companies like Indian government, if you take, so they won't have any proper IT development team. So what they do is like they outsource their services to these companies. So like service companies like TCS, Infosys, where they take these contracts and they make products and solutions and services for them. So few examples we have, those are four famous companies in India, which is TCS, so known as Tata Consultancy Services, and we have Wipro, and we have Infosys, and we have Tech Mahindra, we have Accenture, Capgemini. There are many companies which come in this category. So following this, let's see what is a product company. So basically IT product companies create their own products and directly they give these services to their clients. Like IT service companies, so give this service to one business, but whereas product companies, they directly give these services to their customers. Few examples I've taken here with Google. So it's a product company. The products are like Gmail, YouTube, whatever you see, and Zomato. And we know that what are the products, what it does. Now, what work a service company does. So one who preparing for IT service company interviews, so they should be aware of what actually these service companies do. So these are basically responsible for installing or management a wide network, a kind of IT network of people who outsource these people to other companies where they take up these services, and they involve their candidates in the operations of other companies, and they well do all the projects of other companies. They provide solutions for the problems they have. So few of the famous problems or projects taken by few of the service-based companies are like this. So TCS, so the software behind passport service or income tax filings, or the softwares behind banks like RBS, SBI, Citibanks, all these are done by TCS. And Infosys takes different bank projects like ICICI, HSBC, Bank of America, and Goldman Sachs. All these softwares or the services which by these banks used by the made by Infosys. And Wipro does for Walmart and Vodafone, T-Mobile. So what the softwares they are using are made and run and managed by the service companies like these. So whereas product companies, what they do is they just create the software and sell the software to their customers. So few examples if you take here, so Google, so their products are like Gmail, YouTube, and Swiggy is also a product company, and Microsoft's one product is MS Office, and Adobe's a product is Photoshop, and like that we have many product companies. And we have both a startup in service companies, even we have startups in product companies, and we have well established companies in service like TCS, Infosys, and even like well developed companies like Google, Microsoft, Apple. All these comes under product based companies. No, so what is the basic difference or major difference between these two type of companies, which is IT service and IT product? So you can see the I've listed some few points here. So mostly the service companies are driven by customer needs, whereas product companies are driven by an idea which they have, and these ideas are gonna make some use for their customers, or they're gonna help their customers by developing their ideas into a product. And service-based companies offers services as per the client requirement. Whatever the clients or customers put the requirements on, the we need this particular service, they make it. And product-based companies, once they made the product, they'll keep on working on making better product, or they try to make some new product based on the new ideas they have. So basic pros if I take from service-based companies, so there will be regular promotions based on the new projects you take, based on the advancement of technologies, so there will be very regular promotions, and people get chance to work with their client locations. So for example, if client stays in abroad, so people get chances to be on site and work from there. And so people get to work in different domains, so you can learn different technologies, and also you'll get that change every time. So we are coming to the pros of product-based companies. So they start with a huge package, and you'll have good work environment, so where the work will feel challenging everywhere, and you'll have good exposure in your career. And most of the product-based companies will come with good amenities. It can be monetary or non-monetary benefits, so people get benefited a lot from these services. Whereas if I point out some cons from these, so service-based companies, so most people see will have like same work all the time. They feel like they're working on the same project for quite a long time. They'll be doing the same work, so people just tend to bore in working them. And again, just quite opposite to the point which we taken is like, so they don't know what will happen like immediately. Let's say that then this product manager come and say like from tomorrow you're working on new project. So these kind of small problems service based companies will face. Whereas coming to product-based companies, the major con in the product-based companies is, so the hierarchy is very flat. So there will be less in promotions. So you might be earning more in money, but in terms of positions, in terms of like promotions, so there will be very less in it. The career growth will be very slow. So people will be in the same position for quite a long time. These are the basic differences between a service and an IT product based companies. So let us come to our main topic. So that is, so what are the placement process updations from service based companies? As I'm limiting this with the service based company, will also will come up with a video on product based companies also. So here I'm just picking up two companies like TCS, Infosys, just to compare. So what are the updates they did for their placement process? So I'm just taking on the placement process, a recruitment process until 2018 and after 2018. What are the changes they made by these two companies? So whereas TCS used to recruit or have recruitment test, particular written test, they used to have only aptitude round, so consist of some 18 to 20 questions, followed by an email section where it asked people to write an email just to check their verbal ability skills. Whereas Infosys used to check people in quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, and English. Even you used to ask questions from crypto that might take a specific topic. So these are the type of examinations which teachers in Infosys used to conduct until 2018. So what happened? What are the changes they made from 2019? So TCS started asking, it just followed aptitude, it removed the email section, and it's brought out closed test for checking verbal ability, and they included technical MCQs and programming questions into their round. So whereas Infosys, so they just clumps it all the sections into an aptitude part, and they also started asking technical MCQs and programming section questions in their tests. Now, Udo got the change. What is the major change or update happened on this placement process? So we'll just discuss more on the next. But here it's clearly observed, like they are more looking in the technical side. So how and also these companies change their type of recruitment methods. They started experimenting different ways or different types of examinations to recruit people. So some of them are, so they started conducting national level recruitment tests. For example, TCS, they started conducting national recruitment tests, and they started reducing their campus visits to recruit people, and more they focusing on national level recruitment tests. And they started recruiting via coding contests. So they started conducting hackathons, coding contests in the colleges, and from there they're selecting the good people from the colleges. And they are more checking on programming or technical skills. So as we see the updates in 2018 and 19, we have found, so TCS, Infosys both has changed a major change in their recruitment tests. They included technical MCQs, programming questions, so where they are checking more deep of your technical knowledge. And they also checking competitive coding. So what is actually competitive coding is, so as a student in college, we normally learn programming, how to write a code for a specific question given in there. Whereas competitive coding comes with a platform where users write the code and it will be checked with the different test cases. So where user is to write a generic code where it will pass for all the types of test cases given there. So all the companies are more looking forward on these competitive coding techniques. So if you see in coding section, so they are looking on the board forward of topics like C, C++, Java and Python. And here they are not checking your language skills. They only check your logic and your ability to program. So most of the platforms of DCS and all this coming, so they come with the particular column to choose your language. So you can be proficient in any one language, and if you can make the code, it's enough. So after that, they only check your logic and how good you're able to solve the problem given there, and you write the code for it. And in these languages, they'll be checking topics like control statements, loops, arrays, functions. So most of the questions or programming questions check in these particular concepts. And what they are checking, as I told you earlier also, they are checking your problem solving skills. So more than a language ability or how affluent or how fluent in any programming language, they are just checking your problem solving skills. And coming to MCQs part, so they are more giving from the topic called DBMS, and they are checking data structures and algorithms, knowledge of these topics. And how they are checking you, they're checking you with giving you pseudocodes or automata fix, where they'll be asking you to find the errors, or they'll asking you to fix the error on the programs, or they'll asking you to predict the output of the given program. So these kind of MCQs they are giving in the placement process of these companies. Now, as an individual, a student, so one should have a proper strategy to how to prepare for these kind of updations which is going to happen in the recruitment tests. So we from the company, a skill building company, so has developed a proper preparation plan, a step-by-step preparation plan one can follow and prepare for these placement companies or updations done by most of the IT service companies. So what I do is, so always people should start preparing programming questions in competitive coding environments. So start using online compilers, so where they check your code with the different test cases. So people should start practicing this competitive coding. So any one language, pick it, so be proficient in language and start doing competitive coding on that. So get questions out in the online websites and start practicing on that. Select a platform out of them and you start working on it and prepare for competitive coding and be ready for the competitive coding atmosphere in the placement process. And practice more company specific programs. So for example, check what actually TCS asked in the last year. So based on that, you prepare your questions and write the program code for that in your online compilers and check your program, and you yourself give some different test cases and check your ability, how well you can write the code. And participate in coding challenges, so like conducted by companies like HackerRank or HackerEarth. So even we conduct some coding challenges online. So practice in or take participate in these coding challenges. You'll understand what actually that difficulty of the coding atmosphere what we have. You'll get used to this coding environment or the platform environment, and you'll also come to know what is the competence level outside we have. Followed by that, so start preparing or solving questions on MCQs, on fill in the blanks or automata fix type of questions. So these questions will help you to easily pass on, easily clear these technical MCQs part. And finally, so get updated. What are the updates happening about all the placement trends and notifications outside? So be ready always. So be updated from follow different platforms where people update. So you can follow our Instagram page or you can be regular in our YouTube channel. So where we'll be updating any updations done by these companies. We'll be updating you in using these two platforms, and not only our companies. So there are many other platforms, so you can use it. So you can follow directly the Instagram pages of TCS, Infosys, where they update on their recruitment process, and be updated with your college placement cell. So they will be updating about different companies coming to you. So always get updates. What are the recruitment stage they are changing, placement process they are changing. Based on that, you change your preparation strategy. So everything again come follows. Get updated and just come to back. So start practicing and collect more company specific questions and participate in more coding challenges, and this cycle keep on repeats. So this is the basic preparation strategy one should follow, so to get prepared for the 2021 companies. And now, so we as a skill building company, so being in a placement trend, that it's just a recent update we just collected from different IT companies. So how or what type of examinations they are conducting to recruit people. So here's a few lists. So a quick overview of different IT companies. So if I pick TCS, so TCS is still conducting general campus recruitment in some of the colleges, but still they're more focusing on other type of examinations like digital, Ninja, NTQs, and ION CCQT. It's a new test TCS got. And whereas coming to Wipro, so Wipro is doing a general recruitment, campus recruitment, still they're conducting, and Wipro conducting through a particular test called Turbo and NLT. And coming to Accenture, so Accenture conducts company examinations through via Merit-Track or CoCubes. So these are the few examinations, a basic list just collected and gave it to you. So these companies are using these examinations to recruit people. So more updates will come in our channel. So I just want to give you an overview like who are we. So we are basically an on-demand learning platform. So where we train students on e-learning platform completely on skill building courses. So we develop basic courses on all the basic skills required for a student to get placed. And what is we special about? So we always try to provide a good quality content to students, and which is up to date according to the market trend or industry trends. So we always tweak our knowledge, or we tweak our content according to the industry standards required, and we always consistent in our quality content so that we meet the requirements of the users and industries. And so we always easily accessible to the audience around the globe. So on the social media platforms which we have, we try to update our content or to update our videos on these platforms, and we provide this knowledge to students to get placed from the knowledge which we give. So that's it, guys. So with this I'm just ending this video. So any other updates you can let us know in our comments. If you like this video, so just like this, give a like to this video, and just share this information with your friends so they will be helpful from it. And for more updates, so just subscribe to our channel, and happy learning.